Today we are going to focus on the special angles. So special angles, um, these are the angles that can be solved without using a calculator. So the first one is 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So these are the angles that when we are solving using the trigonometric ratios, we don't need a calculator to solve. Okay. So remember, I said that in a trigonometry we deal with the triangles. Okay, so let's say we have a triangle. We have 45 degrees. 45 degrees. This is what we call the special angle. So we are going to have 1 and 1, then root 2. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake here. Just 30, 45 degrees and 60. Okay, and then the next one, special triangle, where we have 60 degrees and 30 degrees. So here you have 2, you have root 3, and then you have 1. Okay, so these are the special triangles that we have. So you must have this in your head. Actually, you must have like this, in your head. Then, so we have the trigonometric ratios. We have the trigonometric ratios. So the first one is sine. So we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and then cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. So it's like that. So let's do some example. Let's say we are told to find cos 45 degrees, right? So we know that cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So let's come here. Cos 45. So this is an adjacent side. This one, it's 1. It's adjacent to 45 degrees. And then the hypotenuse one, the one which is opposite to 90 degrees, it is root 2. So you see that if we are using the special angles, we don't need the calculator. Okay, then let's say the next one is saying cos 60 degrees. Cos is adjacent of hypotenuse. So now we have cos 60. Cos 60. So 60, this is the adjacent side of 60, which is 1. And then hypotenuse, the one that is opposite to 90 degrees, is 2. And then tan 45 degrees is equal to tan 45. So we know that tan is opposite over adjacent. So tan 45, the opposite one is 1. So it's 1 over 1 is equal to 1. And then let's see sine 30 degrees is equal to, so sine 30. So this means that this one is the opposite one, it's 1. And then the hypotenuse one is 2. Okay, so let's do some examples, other examples. Let's do some other examples. So let's say we have sine 30 degrees plus cos 60 degrees, right? We are solving using the special angles, right? So we know that cos 30 is 1 over 2 plus, and then cos 60 is 1 over 2 again. So which is going to give you 1. Then the next one, we are told to find tan 60 degrees minus cos 30 degrees is equal to. So tan 60, let's do it our special English. Tan 60 is this one. So tan is opposite of hypotenuse. Opposite of adjacent. So tan 60, the opposite side is root 3. And then the adjacent side is this one, which is 1. Minus. And then cos 30 degrees. So cos 30. So cos is adjacent of hypotenuse. So the adjacent side is root 3. And then the hypotenuse side is 2. So we have an LCD here which is 2, right? Then how many times does 1 go to 2? 2 times. Then we're going to have 2 times root 3, which is 2 root 3, minus how many times does 2 go into 2? 1 time. So 1 times root 3 is root 3. Therefore, your answer is root 3 over 2. Okay, the next one, sine 60 degrees all over tan 30 degrees using the special English. So if you are using the special English, sine 60 degrees, sine 60, according to this sine 60, the opposite side is root 3. Alright, so root 3 all over, and then the hypotenuse side is 2. Divide by, and then tan 30, the opposite side is 1, and then the adjacent side is root 3. So it's 1 over root 3. So if we were to remove, the division sign is going to be a multiplication sign, so the denominator becomes a numerator. So we're going to have 2 times 1 is 2, then root 3 times root 3 is going to give you 3. Okay, let's just do one more. No, we're done. One more. Sine 45 degrees times cos 45 degrees all over tan 60 degrees times tan 30 degrees. Right? Is equal to. So sine 45. So we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine 45, let's say we are using this side, tan 45. So the opposite side is 1, and then the hypotenuse side is root 3. Root 2. So we're going to have 1 over root 2 times cos 45. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos 45, let's say we're using this one. So cos 45, this one is the adjacent over hypotenuse. So 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2 all over tan 60 is 60. So tan 60, so tan it's opposite over adjacent. So tan 60, it is the opposite side is root 3, and then the adjacent side is 1. So it's root 3 over 1, which is root 3. Root 3 over 1, and then tan 30, tan tan 30, this one. So according to this, the opposite side is root 1. I mean, according to this, the opposite side is 1, and then the adjacent side is root 3. So we're going to have 1 over root 3. 1 over root 3. So obviously these two, they cancel each other. Then I'm going to be left with 1 below. So it's 1 over 2, because 1 times 1 is 1, root 2 times root 2 is 2. Then these they are going to give you 1, so 1 over 2 divided by 1 is 1 over 2. So let's say we are told to solve without using a calculator. Say we are told to solve without using a calculator. Okay? Without calculator. Okay? Let's say we are given 2 cos x minus root 3 is equal to 0. We told to solve this. So if we were to solve this, we're going to say 2 cos x, then we transpose this one to this side, we're going to have root 3. Then we divide by 2. So 2 cancel 2. So cos x is equal to root 3 over 2. Right? But you know the special angles on it. You know the special angles. So which special angle gives you root 3 over 2? Which special angle gives you root 3 over 2? If you can check, it's this one, root 3 over 2. So which means that it is cos 30. So this means that therefore x is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, let me do it again so that you see. Let's say you're given sine x is equal to 1 over 2, right? So which special angle gives you 1 over 2? Which special angle? So this one we have 1 over 2, right? And you know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse angles. So meaning that because it's 1 over 2, this means that the opposite angle is 30. So therefore, this means that x is equal to 30 degrees, right? Yeah, it's like that. Let's see. Okay, we are given 2 sine x is equal to root 3. So it's divided by 2 both side. So sine x is equal to root 3 over 2. So you know that the sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's root 3 over 2. So now root 3 over 2 and sine is opposite over hypotenuse, right? So this side is opposite to this angle of 60 degrees. So this means that here is supposed to be 60. So therefore x is equal to 60 degrees. Yeah. Thank you so much.